took it personally, and it wasn't personal.
I feel like it was real personal.
Okay.
It's bullshit.
All right. Gotcha. We good?
Nah, we not good,
We
but
good with the conversation?
oh yeah, if you want to go, you could go.
Hey guys, welcome to the Geek Up. Today we're talking Surviving Paradise, episodes 4 through 9.
Yeah, we did 1 through 3, and they were just like so hooked. Like, screw it, man. We're just diving in for the rest of it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, we gotta
That's what it
finish
was.
That's right.
Yeah, we couldn't put that off.
Tell you what, man.
It's tough.
I want a week in that house, bro. I want a week in that
Ooh.
house. I want my personal chef like that. I want that spread they get every morning and the night. I was like, damn.
They never really
my
show
God.
us the house though.
That's
You
good.
don't like.
I don't even
see-
care at this point. I just want that food, and I
And those-
just want to hang out in the freaking.
Those
by the
beds
pool.
look small.
That's
They
right.
look short.
I don't know.
I'm just
but
saying.
the outside stuff is pretty
Yeah, the
cool.
outside's
So-
great.
Dope, man, yeah.
You just want the food and the
I want
outside.
The food and the outside, yeah, exactly. But you just put me a tent right there on the concrete by the pool. I sleep there, get the food and everything, and be good to go.
I mean,
man.
that's where they.
A lot of
typically
food
work,
on
so-
this show. A lot of food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Were you hungry watching?
Nah.
Nah.
But-
All right.
They had some wings. They made me a little
Oh,
jealous.
dude,
with
wings
that.
look good, man. Oh, yeah.
But episode 4 starts off. Lilise is back in the house.
She's back, bitches.
To Tabitha's ire.
Yeah. And Tabitha's like,
I can't believe it.
What?
What the hell was Team Taj thinking?
yeah. I
Yep.
mean, she was counting on her team that she's so loyal to.
Right.
Yeah, she wants to know what the boys are doing in the camp. How'd they
Yeah.
allow this to happen?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, don't they know that they are playing for her
Yeah.
to win this game?
And Tabitha, man, she's full of herself. She's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
these boys
No.
need me. They need me to dictate to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
She is.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not there to lead. I'm not there to dictate. I fucking run shit. I can't.
I just don't understand it. Like I think she believes her own lies sometimes, and she's very much like these are pawns in the game, and I'm here to win, and everybody's my little puppet.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, she's plotting with everybody. Even
Yeah.
Linda, Alex, she don't care.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt, man.
Yeah, and then she throws her alliances under the bus, and then like gets mad when people speak her
Now,
name.
I will say this about Tabitha. Early on, she told those two guys, hey, ignore what you hear.
I mentioned this last
Because she's playing
She
the
did say
game.
that.
So that might be part of the strategy
Dude,
here.
I-
Maybe she, like, you got to throw some people under the bus,
do.
even though you don't really want to
But
sometimes.
what happens to her, man? Her through that first 3 episodes, even partly into the 4th, she's her gameplay is amazing, right? But then she gets flustered, I think, and it just throws her completely off, and she just completely screwed herself.
I think she's told too many people too many things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I think
you got to be loyal at the end of the day to somebody.
right.
her plan as far as telling them, you might hear things, just ignore it. Here's where my loyalty lies. That goes out the window when she's sitting there telling the cameras too. She's like, I haven't seen him in whatever. And really it was hard to stick to that plan when they were separated. Like they were never at the same place at the same time
Yeah,
from
and
day one.
sometimes the show's not conducive to helping people out,
Yeah.
really,
No,
either.
no.
Like, you may be in one place, they may be in another, you're like, I'm going to try and help them. Sometimes you can, because some of these guys get the ability to vote someone out, and you can, like, interject then. But, like, sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
this person's choosing this person. I don't have no
Oh, yeah.
control over that.
And this game was it was very much hard to like figure out, okay, what's the next who is gonna make eliminate who. Now towards the end, I kind of figured out how it was gonna work, and I think some people should have figured it out by then, but
Should have.
but for the whole time, man, it's like, damn, I wonder what's gonna happen next. Like, how are they gonna make somebody eliminate somebody next, and all this.
Yeah.
It was just I thought they did a pretty good job with it.
I tell you what, in this 4th episode, it gets real interesting, too, the
Oh,
way
yeah.
they do it. But we got 2 new people that come in, Kelso and Eva, Barbie and G.I. Joe come into the house. So
Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments online about G.I. Joe here, who apparently didn't come with a shirt. Like, he
Yeah,
never
that's
wears
right,
a shirt.
that's
well, he's by far the buffest person on the
Oh,
show, so I guess he
Kelso.
realized that and was like,
Yeah.
Shirts are just so
No shirt for
confining,
me.
you know?
Kelso,
but man, his accent is strong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get that strong accent, man. He's got, he was, he says, look, I was from Korea, and I got adopted when I was a kid, and my parents raised me up there
In
down
Huntsville,
south,
Alabama.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. He's got definitely got that southern accent, man.
I was deployed in a couple of combat zones for years. I love winning, but I'm not going to stab somebody in the back. That's just not my nature.
So they get a survival drop. They also get the news. Guess what? We're gonna double the money.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like that?
Oh yeah. And-
So
and you
from
know,
you were complaining about that. Now it's
Exactly.
200K.
Yeah. Now you're talking. Now 200K.
Now
It's
you're
like
okay with 200.
Now 200 is better, right?
All right.
Now we're talking.
Now they might actually get 100 after
Right. Yeah,
taxes.
after taxes. Exactly. Yeah.
And they do the competition trust and deceit. And this is where it gets
I
interesting.
loved
Yeah.
this game.
Mhm.
Loved it.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Yeah.
So explain it. What is it? Quickly.
God, I can't do that.
What's in the
Okay,
box?
What's in the box? So was it? I don't know who picked the box. Was it the outsiders that picked up the boxes?
Yeah, the outsiders, I think,
So the
picked up the boxes.
outsiders had to pick up the boxes, and then
I think
the-
the insiders get to pick on, and then they get the order, and then they get the.
so
That's
they
the advantage to being on the
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
so then they pick who they're going up against,
Mhm.
and then they look at their box, and it says your villa or camp, and then you have to try to convince the other person to either take the box from you or not take the box.
Right. And some people were being straight up like, look, this is exactly what it says. You know, it's up to you. Take it or leave it, you know, and and they were doing that to help the person they were going against. But other times it was like, okay, is this person going to
Yeah.
tell the truth? Are they going to lie?
Well, I think
So-
like everyone but what 2 people may have not told the
Well,
truth.
Lalise-
And who were
Lalise.
2
Oh, yeah.
people?
Ah.
Uh-huh.
The usual
Suspects.
suspects,
Yeah.
I will say.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
But I think what the Tabitha, I think she may
No,
have
she
told the
told the
truth.
truth.
But that was
She did.
after Lalise lied, and then she
And
changed up
she
the
saw
strategy.
everybody.
But,
Yeah, she saw everybody's
exactly.
face when
but
Lalise.
people put on the waterworks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Of course
yeah.
they did, man.
That annoys me about this show. During these
Uh-huh.
competitions, these women are just bawling hysterically.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
annoying.
now the one at the end that put on the waterworks had a legitimate reason to put on the waterworks.
Yeah.
You know, like holy shit. You know, Sarah Kate or what's her name? Yeah, SK.
SK. Yeah.
Her waterworks were freaking legitimate because like she gets the box and it's like okay, you're eliminated. And it's like oh shit.
Yeah, that's
You know?
the big thing. It's going back and forth, and it's kind of playing out, and they get to the last box, like we see how, but then
Mhm.
she gets, it says you're eliminated.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
it. Now, I still think that's a way overreaction. I mean,
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. You're talking 200 grand now. You're playing against, and that right here, it's like, damn, this is still early on in the game, and I might get eliminated already. as
yeah, but
first person
she
out, so-
played that so poorly. If
Well,
her
she-
intent is to stay in the game,
I don't think her intent
It
was
wasn't,
to
it
stay
was
in the
not.
game. at
why
that point.
not? What are you doing on this show then? You're just giving away
It was
free
her.
money?
She was up against her closest ally in the house, and she didn't want to.
Justin
Christina.
would have
Yeah.
easily trusted her.
Oh yeah, he would have.
She could have easily
But
manipulated
then
this
everybody
guy.
else would have been like, oh, well, we can't trust her because she just freaking manipulated Justin out of the
Yeah,
money.
I mean, she
It was a
was in it.
lose-lose no matter what for her.
Yeah.
Nah,
she
it's
was
a
in
win
it.
if you're still on the show and have a shot at making 200K.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're still probably not going to make it to the money.
I would have
making that
liked to
decision.
have seen
You
Tabitha.
have a lot better chance than being eliminated right there.
That's true.
I would
That's
have
true.
liked to have seen Tabitha get that box
Oh, that'd have been great.
and see how she would have handled that situation.
Yeah, that would have been.
That
She'd have
would've
lied her
been-
ass off.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
But yeah, she cried. I
Even
didn't
if it was
like
Justin
her
Aaron,
crying.
she'd have lied her ass off.
But then even when Shay gave up, like he believed
Mhm.
what's her name?
Haley.
And he's like, so he ended up going to camp.
Yeah, Shay's. I
he
mean,
gave
all
up his
through this,
spot
Shay's
to
been a
go to
solid
camp.
dude. Yeah.
And then
Shay's been sacrificing a lot.
Oh yeah.
and then
this whole
Tay
time.
stands up and she's like, I'll give him my box. I'll give him my box. He can go to the villa.
And they're like, sit back down. That's not how the
You
game
can't
works.
She's
do
like, you can't do
that.
it.
So that was
Falling
it.
on the sword
and,
here.
and I love this. And this is like this, like it drawed me back into the show.
And of course, Justin's like, all right, fine, you're telling me not to take it. I ain't gonna take it. And then SK's out, right? So it's like, damn, one down. And then
Yep.
at that point, that's when you're like, all right, now it's getting real.
Mhm.
You know, now-
People are
yeah.
going home.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
hmm
And unexpectedly, too.
right, exactly.
So,
Yeah, nobody expected it
Oh
from
no,
that.
definitely didn't see that coming.
No.
yeah, you think it's going to come down to like a vote like usual or something like that. But nope. On the spot right here.
It was a random box.
So, yeah. Sarah Kate, gone. Did you like her?
I
You
did,
sad
man.
to see her go?
I like Sarah Kate. She was cool. I was sad to see her go just because she just seemed like a genuine person, you know.
She was a genuine person, but she just didn't.
She didn't play the game well.
Yeah, she didn't have a gameplay. She
Right.
was trying to get
Yeah,
other
she was
people
just
to kind of
tagging
carry
along,
her.
really.
Yeah.
And that's why she got eliminated because she
Yeah.
didn't even try to play the
She
game.
was
Yeah.
hoping other people were
But
pulling.
there was other people who just tagged along and just were the genuine selves, and we see later on that it worked out very well for them, right?
Yeah.
So, who knows?
I don't know. But, they're celebrating. They're chilling on a yacht. And here comes another player to the game.
They're like doing donuts in the water.
It's like a shark circling, like taunting them.
And here comes Gabe. You got room for one more?
That's right, coming in like Miami Vice, man.
Yeah, pretty much. And he's a good-looking dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he came at first. I thought he was going to be a little shy. Like,
oh no, that dude came to play.
He came to play.
That dude came to play.
And now back at camp, we got Tabitha and Lilise hanging out, right? And Tabitha's trying to convince Lilise to earn her vote.
Yeah.
This girl thinks she can manipulate anybody.
And I think she legitimately thinks she has it, too.
Well, and then it flashes to Lilise and the one-on-one Lilise like, this girl, like, what the hell?
Tabitha thinks I'm stupid. Like, seriously, why the hell would I do that?
She thinks she's got it. She thinks she's got everybody. And then she's like, look, you get me up there and I'll get out one of my people. I won't get out one of your people. And then Lily, let's repeat that. Let's just rewind that back. You're going to get rid of one of your people.
Right. Like, that ain't the shadiest crap, you know? And everybody's like, damn, that's some shadiness, you know?
And she's like, yeah, I mean, what does Taj mean to me anyway? You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen him in
She's trying to
days.
do whatever it takes to get back in the house.
And this bites her bad. Because then everybody's like, dude, if she's willing to turn on one of her best buds in this whole freaking house, and there's no freaking loyalty whatsoever with her.
You can't believe anything she says.
And then Gabe checks into camp, and Tabitha, she's not impressed.
Dude.
She is not impressed with Gabe.
She lets him have it. She's like, I want to throw up
immediately.
I'm not gonna lie, you being here makes me sick to my fucking stomach.
And then what else is kind of weird? Like Gabe is saying, like, what do you do with the money? What do you get? He's like, kids, and I need a Corvette. I need that car, guys.
This dude, I was like, because he said it to the camera first. I was like, all right, there's no way in hell he's gonna say it to the people. Then he said it to them. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm like, wow.
So like that's your goal for the 200K to like give back to like students and.
If I won the $200,000, do I want to buy a new car? Yeah, hell yeah, I want to buy a new car. I want to buy a Corvette. But there's
not what you say there, but
right.
You like Corvettes, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you get it.
I mean, even if that's the case, you know, you come up with some kind of sob story, you know. I mean, damn.
I don't know. I don't like. I've never liked that in these shows where you're playing for money. You give your sob story as to why you're there to convince somebody else to give up their
chance to win the money.
Like you can give the sob story. There is. I'm sure everybody has one.
Oh, of course. Everybody's got a story.
But I don't. Your sob story doesn't mean any more or less than what my sob story is.
I don't care about your sob story, honestly. Right. I don't care what I don't care if you're going to save children or buy a car. I'd rather hear you're going to buy a car.
That's right. That's right.
Tell me what you're going to do.
That's right, Gabe.
That's right. That's what I'd say.
I mean, that plays no factor for me.
Right.
I don't think.
You came in here with too many of the right things, like for the kids. There's something off. And a Corvette? The fuck you need a Corvette for?
Another survival drop. They gotta hike out to the box. They get to the box and it's
What's
like,
the box?
Yep, you gotta like, what do they gotta eliminate someone?
From their group, yeah.
Or they cross the lake.
Yep.
And I'm like, these guys have life preservers though. So I'm like, you're not really swimming.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I was like, because at first when they're like, they got to swim across the lake and it zoomed out. And it's like, that's a good sized lake.
I was like, Linda doesn't look like she's going to make this.
and
she probably would have admitted to that.
And then they bring out the freaking life preservers. I'm like, well, I just freaking threw it out the window. Like, anybody could do that shit.
Yeah, that's the hardest part about that is like, is the water cold?
Right, exactly.
If it's not, then it ain't really a problem.
So the water looked very dirty and murky. That was my drawback.
Yeah, there's nothing, man.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
I would have cared.
But then you got old freaking homegirl, man, just going ahead of everybody, doing her own thing. When you're the rest of the group's
like,
the rest of the group's like trying to help each other out, and Tabitha's like, woohoo!
Yeah, you got all the guys helping, like I guess Lilise and Linda don't swim very well, so they're helping them. And she's just like, I got this.
And of course, they all notice it, and they're all like, dude, Tabitha ain't doing shit. And they're like, we're out here helping each other out. Tabitha's just like doing her own little thing, getting ahead of everybody.
And she doesn't even like express gratitude for what other people do.
And this looked like kind of fun. I mean, the challenges should be a threat to lose.
Yeah.
Like if you got a life preserver, they're making it. Bottom line.
Exactly. You know, yeah.
So an insider's getting eliminated.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they could have opted not to go. One of them could have said,
if you had to swim across something and someone's like, that's a weak swimmer, can I help them out? I don't know.
Right.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, exactly.
But they get back to camp or they get back to the voting situation and they're like, Gabe, you're the new guy. Guess what? You get to eliminate someone.
Yeah.
And that's real interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because
I felt
everyone's
bad
hating
for
on
him.
Gabe. You're like, new guy, screw you. And now Gabe has all the power.
Yeah.
Now, and when we did fail to mention, so when he did come on board, he had his little 2 hours to talk with all the people, right? And you could tell there was like between him and Cisco didn't hit it off, right? It didn't hit it off in the beginning, and he was trying to hit it off with everybody else, and you could tell Cisco was suspect about him.
Well,
So-
Cisco even said he's like, I don't need to get to know this guy.
Right,
He's
exactly.
like, I don't trust him. I'm not giving him anything.
But other than Cisco, I think Gabe did a good job of like solidifying his at least presence a little bit with the people that were on the end.
And I tell you what, here, Tabitha dodged a bullet that she wasn't able to get chosen by Gabe because I think he
Right.
would have gone right after her.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But, he had to choose someone on the inside. So
Mhm.
he chooses Cisco.
Mhm.
And
You know-
Cisco takes it personal.
Yeah, exactly.
He does take it personal, which I find it sucks. You're getting eliminated.
Yeah, to choose
but
someone he hardly knows
Exactly.
anything about.
Well,
any
and
He
guy.
doesn't know anything about anybody except for the fact of the conversations, and you admittedly said you didn't give him anything.
Exactly.
Like-
Yeah, from what they showed us, the interactions between them, it wasn't good, right? And Cisco
Right.
was like kind of giving him the cold shoulder. So of course he's going to pick you.
Yeah, and now Gabe is looking real good from this next move because people are kind of like, oh man, he chose Cisco. That's kind of messed up. But then he chooses Shay to go to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And Shay's kind of like a favorite here because he's been
Mhm.
doing a lot to sacrifice
11 days,
himself
man.
here. So
Mhm.
now he's looking good.
Yeah,
and
Shay-
Gabe's like, maybe Gabe's the hero here coming in, like speaking
Yeah.
about Tabitha
Oh,
and
Getting
Getting
Tay
Shay in the
and
Yeah, he knows Shay and Taylor
Shay-
together. He's like,
yeah.
look, this guy, this dude's been out here sacrificing himself for 11
Yeah.
days for everybody else. Yeah.
so this is a good move on his part.
Oh, no
I
doubt.
like it.
I thought it was a great move, man. I was like, this guy's playing a smart game so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially again, we've always said they have a disadvantage coming in
Mhm.
mid game.
Oh,
So with his disadvantages, he was doing really good.
Yeah, no, he totally was.
And then Tabitha continues to throw Justin and Aaron under the bus after this.
Oh,
point.
Yeah, I
dude,
mean,
yeah.
why
I
not?
mean,
At this point in time,
Yeah,
the
she-
bus,
She's pretty open with a lot of people about this.
she
Oh, yeah.
has backed up the bus. She has gone back over.
Right,
She
right.
is like dragging them under that bus. I mean, it's like Justin and Aaron. Who?
Right, exactly.
Who is this guy? Like these guys, I don't know.
And then the insiders are chilling on the beach, eating some food, and they
Uh-huh.
get the little notification. Gotta send someone to camp.
Mm-hmm.
Who's it gonna be?
Gotta have a unanimous decision here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unanimous. I
And
love that.
someone volunteers, right?
Well, it only made sense.
At first, Haley says, "Hey, I don't really want to go, but I'll go."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then somehow Eva Rogers up, and they're like, "Yeah, that makes more sense." I mean, you just got
You're
here.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should go down there.
Yeah, so she goes down there and is hanging out in camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she gets to camp, and they have to decide who's going to the villa.
And then here's where it all comes into play, man. You got Tabitha still trying to push her agenda. Like, oh, I need to go, guys. I need to go.
I mean, I just can't even believe the mindset that she
Oh, dude.
has, this pitch that she's making. Like, I'm the one that makes sense to go. Like, they're going to send me. They're going to send me. And why would they send you?
Oh,
And here's Gabe's like, I don't see any advantages to
And
sending you there. And Lalisa is like,
Oh, yeah. She's like, I didn't have to say nothing. She's
Yeah.
like, Gabe said it all. I
I'll
was like,
get you,
oh,
I'll
damn.
get you guys up there. I
That's right.
got the numbers up
Yep.
there.
He's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't
and
know how
Tabitha
you
tries
feel
to, like, turn the table, but Gabe's not buying it.
that.
No.
And nobody else is either. Everybody else is just sitting back like, ooh, like, oh,
She's
man.
like, you can't see a reason for me going. And he's like, that's what I'm saying.
Did you not hear me?
Yeah, it's like her
Oh,
little
man.
mind games didn't work on him, and she's like, "I'm confused. Like they've worked on everybody else so far. Like
yeah.
I don't get it."
So then-
and then Gabe's taking charge again. He's
Yeah.
like, you know, I think Alex should go.
Mhm. Yeah, he throws his name out early. And, that's the thing. When someone throws a name out, people tend to get
Latch
on
on
board.
to it, exactly.
Mhm.
So-
Especially when it's somebody who's got that strong presence, who's already just told somebody else off, like that nobody else wanted to go anyway.
Especially
So-
if someone's getting eliminated or talk elimination, because, like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's better than, like, me or whatever. I'm safe. So let's
Exactly.
go with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So-
and by this point, Tabitha had already pulled Alex aside too and told Alex that he's willing to eliminate Justin. So Alex is like, what?
Mhm.
Now Alex has his info that he could take back to the house.
Yep. And oh boy, does he.
Oh, yeah.
Then we have a head to head, which is kind of interesting because Tabitha and Gabe just got into it, right? So now
Oh, yeah.
they're going into a head to head.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Freaking
I
loved
love that.
And it starts off as like a race.
Yeah.
And man, Tabitha ain't playing
She-
around.
yeah,
She's
she
like,
She
booking,
was
man.
not-
Holy
What's
crap.
funny is that
booking it.
she says, like, I guess what it was like 5 miles or something like that, and she's like, oh yeah, put me up against a runner. So I guess he's a runner, or at least he told him. And
I don't know how far they're going, but
so I'm thinking
He said he was getting burnt, man. He's like, I'm getting spent.
So I'm thinking, all right, so she feels definitely inferior on this part of it. But looking at her run, I was
she's
like,
giving it her all.
Oh, dude,
I was like, dang.
I mean, he didn't beat her by much, man.
No.
Not by much at all.
It's probably just the height difference. He's got a longer stride.
Leg,
yeah.
She looked like that, like the T-1000 from Terminator was running.
She was
on a
going.
mission.
Oh yeah, man. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I'll give
So,
her.
but
give her
she
that.
doesn't win this. She's not far behind, but it's not that much of a significant advantage.
Yeah, as soon as you figure it out when he gets there, I'm like, that's all he gets out of this? It's like,
I almost wouldn't want that.
Right. And also the other
Personally,
person hadn't made the decision. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I'm with you on that.
So, but he chooses. He wants to know what's in the box to see how he's going to play.
Right, so
we go back to this box game, right?
He's got a box in front, so that was his win for winning the races. He gets to make the decision. Does he get to look in his box, or does she get to look in hers? Right. So,
and the loser's eliminated, and he sees it's elimination.
Yeah.
And then he decides to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because he said he was counting on her not to trust him.
Oh yeah, and this dude, I mean,
And that's kind of smart because they did have a big blow up. So,
dude, Gabe would be a great. I bet he is a good poker player. I bet that dude plays poker. I bet he's damn good at it, man.
and they
I
leave it
bet
on
he
like a
is.
cliffhanger because you're like, what happened? And then
Uh-huh.
they get back and they show the host, and she's like, and here they come. And some people might think, hey, she's hinting at Tabitha, but here comes Gabe, victorious.
I know. I
Slayed the dragon.
And then everybody's like, woohoo!
I was sitting there. I was like, yes.
Oh yeah.
I was surprised though, because when he said his plan and he said it, and then it cut to the next episode. I was while I was waiting for it to figure it out, I was like, nah, no way, Tabitha would be dumb enough to like really fall for that. Like,
I was
it's
worried.
Like the double
I was worried.
negative. I was like,
Yeah. And because he's like, look, flat out, I'm gonna tell you, man, this is elimination right here. So I wouldn't take it if I was you. She was like, yeah, I think he's lying. I'm taking that box. Like,
So now the outsiders get to vote someone into camp, right?
I mean, did they make these rules up? And like,
I don't know how they come up with this stuff, but it's
I love
confusing.
it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, how are these players supposed to strategize when it's just like, I don't know, what are we doing? Are we going to the camp? Are we eliminating?
And I'll tell you the other thing I love about it is none of it's concealed, right? I mean, everybody's gonna make their decisions out in the open with everybody else the whole time, and it's like, damn, this is good.
And they choose Linda, and she gets to bring someone along with her.
Who's coming with me?
And this is where I hate this because Linda has been betrayed. And then Lalise does her thing and wins her over.
Again, yeah. And then we see this several times throughout this show with these two.
Yeah,
So she brings Lalise like, hey, because they bonded again in camp through
Because
this
she
suffering.
forgave
So,
her.
so she brings her on up.
So it's the two of them back at the villa. That's how it was always supposed to be.
And then and now every night they're getting like a live DJ and they're partying and drinking and the music's getting played so loud that the people down at the camp can hear that shit and they're like, what the hell?
Yeah. Just get up and dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, enjoy it.
And eventually the insiders have to choose someone to go back down, right? And Copen's name gets thrown out there? And it's like 3 in a row. Copen. So you're like, oh, damn, this guy has no chance in hell.
Yeah.
But then an Alex vote comes out.
Yeah.
Then an Alex vote comes out.
I think Justin was the first one that said Alex.
And then an Alex vote comes
Yeah.
out. Well, it's kind of interesting because everyone seems pissed about Tabitha and she's gone. But that alliance still seems kind of strong. And you don't want to give the other team complete power because then they'll start picking you off, allegedly.
Well, and
Normally how these shows work.
Right.
That's the thing. They kept trying to turn Justin and Aaron against Tabitha. And then once they finally had them realize that, nobody ever really pointed out that Aaron and Justin were still a duo. Like they were still loyal to each other, regardless if Tabitha was involved.
And no one's really pulling in Copen too much, right?
Yeah, no, Copen.
Who was very
He's
loyal
kind of
to
a loner.
Tabitha.
Yeah,
He's being used one way or another.
Because his only connection was Tabitha. He's like, no, I don't believe it. Tabitha's cool. I don't believe they do that.
No
not
one's
buying
gonna
it.
lie to him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They tell me, I believe them. That's it. No
Right,
one's
yeah,
lying to
yeah,
Copen.
exactly.
And Haley's the decider, another kind of loner, right? To a certain extent,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
She's
absolutely.
not really in either camp either.
Yeah.
And what does she do? She sends Alex to
and
camp.
I was thinking she was going to choose Cope, and I was like, oh, Cope's toast.
I thought so, too.
Because her and Alex were kind of like starting to bond a little bit, right?
Yeah.
In that episode. And I was like, okay, she's bonding with Alex, so she's going to pick Cope. But nope. I was like, damn.
But this is what I like about the show. They crap on someone, and they're like, but guess what? You can take someone with you.
Yeah.
So that's the cool thing about this show. You gang up on someone like, oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you gonna come with me?
That-
You
and-
just voted yourself in there in a way.
Justin was the first person that said Alex. Alex is like, guess what, buddy?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like they say it at the very beginning, alliances are important. Like they
No
kept
doubt.
emphasizing alliances are important, and that's like you should also say, you know, people who you stab in the back also important because they
Right.
could come back and get you.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes not. Sometimes they help you out.
Right.
It's so
Yeah,
interesting.
if you're Linda, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, Lisa's cool. Come on, girl, we're good.
So Taylor and Shay profess their love to one
That was
another.
funny, dude. And Alex is like, it's been like 10 days. Like, what the hell are you guys doing?
And this is a nice little moment, but not long after that, we get the notification.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, anytime there's like a happy moment, you
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
bring
yeah.
them down.
and it's not good. It's like pair up. And everyone's pairing up with people they like.
I knew this was gonna
So
be
did
that.
I.
Did they not watch Squid Game?
Exactly.
Come on,
And
man.
had they not been paying attention the way this game's been playing out,
I know.
as soon as she said that, I was like, you don't want to pair with your favorite person. But then they all did, and I was like, y'all are screwed. And sure enough.
I as soon as I was the exact same way. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what are you doing?
Yep.
So this becomes very interesting because they're like, you got 10 minutes to both of you decide who's going to camp. And if you both can't decide on someone, you're eliminated.
Both.
Yep. So it's like, holy cow.
And then here goes Copen again, man. Just I mean, that one happened pretty quick. Haley's like, I think I need to stay, and
Lot
Yeah,
of
okay.
sob
I
stories.
can get you back, and she didn't even give him a sob
Yeah,
story.
I
She
know.
just like
Not in this
yeah.
one.
He's like, yeah, I believe you. You can get me back. No problem. I'm going.
I think
like,
Copen.
all right,
He's
bro.
like, yeah, it's a good strategy. I should go down there.
I
He's like,
think,
well, dang.
I think Copen's just such a gentleman. He was never going to send.
Yeah, probably. Not.
He's like the chivalry.
He
thing.
has
He's
no
never gonna
poker
send another
face. You
woman.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He
He decides this in the first couple minutes. It's like,
Yeah.
done deal.
Yeah,
I'm going.
I'm good.
Yeah, that one's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lock.
The other one's interesting with Taylor and Shay.
That was hilarious, bro.
And she's like, you know
oh
what?
my god, I was laughing.
You've done a lot. I should go. And he's like, I agree.
Yep. He's
And she's like, whoa.
She's like, you do, and he's like, yeah. He's like, I think I've got stronger connections, And she's like, huh?
That's the thing.
I think
Like,
he
she's
makes
like,
some-
interesting.
Yeah.
He
Like,
makes some kind of comment like, people like me more broadly or something,
something
like
like
that.
that,
And
yeah.
that really pisses her off.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
his connections were
Oh.
broader.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
more broad.
Right.
So I think he's trying to say, I got a better chance of winning this thing. No one really
And-
cares for you but
And
me.
before that, everybody else is like, oh, we already know that Shay's going to volunteer to
I
go.
know.
So
And this is weird because he normally is the first to do that. But
Oh,
this
yeah.
time he's just like, cool, you want to
Good.
go?
Yeah.
Right ahead, honey. He's like, and then he's like, no, you made the decision. It's done.
Why do you think he
I was
did
like,
that,
oh.
though? Do you think he's thinking about the money or what?
Well, he even said he was later. He said, look, I love Taylor, but, hey, there's still a game at the same time. But, at the end of the day, he probably would have split the money with her. They'd have been together as a couple, and he'd probably share it with her or whatever.
And that would have been great.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I also think that he really did believe what he was saying. I think he felt like he had broader
Oh,
connections,
no, I think he did,
and there
yeah.
was a better
Yeah.
chance of.
Of him, like, making
Yeah.
sure they're in it. Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, like he's a big threat. Like if there's a choosing of who's winning of the most loyal or like
Mhm.
worthy person, he's been one of the most
Yeah.
sacrificing.
He would have my
people.
vote at this point, for sure.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, if there's a
you
chance of
know,
either one of them winning,
if
it
you're
would be
trying
him for
to
sure.
eliminate people that you think could win this game, he's down at camp. Why would you ever bring him back?
Mm-hmm.
So if I were him, I get his point.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
Linda and Lalise are kind of having it out. And of course, Lalise gives a sob
sob
story.
story.
She starts crying. She pulls a Tabitha, essentially, right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's needs his surgery. He's got this, what'd you say he had? Is that her
Staph infection.
yeah.
If it's in his heart, that's a problem.
Right, yeah,
I
that's true,
mean, you can get it in pretty bad places, but
Yeah, it just seemed very fake
Oh,
with
yeah.
the crying.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
then, and of course, Linda's like, look, I feel for you, I do, but
And she
like,
hasn't mentioned this previously.
and her and
so
Linda are
it's just-
so close, and she's
I'd
never
be
mentioned
like,
her dad.
Right, yeah.
Up
And,
until
and
this
Linda's not really buying it, but man,
But at the same time, she's like, well, I don't want both of us to get eliminated.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's pretty damn obvious that she's not going. So
Lalise is a strong personality,
Oh, yeah.
so
No
she's
doubt.
probably not going to be the first to flinch here.
And she makes the comment. She's like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't want to send you either, but I'm not going to volunteer.
Right, I'm not going,
Like,
girl.
I can't do it. I can't go. But like, I don't want you to go either." And then Londa's like, "I know."
Yeah, and you know who's going to win this one when
Oh,
it
yeah,
comes
dude, no
down
doubt.
to it.
Yeah, you
So,
know.
like, Linda's like, okay, I don't want to do it, but what choice do I have?
Oh,
Yeah.
And then we get to Gabe and Aaron, who are playing a chess
Gabe.
match.
There was no chess match. Gabe was just like, hey, dude, if you don't go down, we're toast.
No, he's just
Yeah.
like, I'm cool with going out like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
That'd be good
Yeah.
way to go, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like,
checkmate.
he's like,
checkmate.
you know, and the thing,
Checkmate.
and the funniest part about this is prior to this, like he pulls Aaron aside. He's like, "Hey, bro, you know, we're like bros. You know, I know Justin's not here, and it sucks, man. But you and I are so cool together, and we're bros.
I'll be your new
and they're
Justin.
and they're broing it up. And then this comes, and he's like, "Hey, nah, dude." He's like, "You're going." And, I'm
And
staying,
Aaron
period."
was like in love with them right
Yeah.
before,
Oh,
but
yeah.
now it's like,
And then Aaron gives his sob story.
Gabe
right?
ain't playing around
Oh,
here.
yeah. And then Aaron gives his sob story about, hey, my parent, you know, my dad, you got medical bills, got this stuff we got to take care of, and he's like, yeah, I get it, bro, but I don't care. He's like,
It's
you're
like
going
30
down.
seconds. Well, we don't have a thing. I guess we're both going home.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Gabe's kind of like, all right.
Yeah. I mean, Gabe's not flinching.
Yeah.
Gabe was
would have let
walking
the
out.
time come
Oh, he
to
totally
go
will.
out.
Absolutely.
And again, this is the same scenario at this point in time. Like, he knows that if he goes back down to camp, he's kind of been seen as a threat at this point.
He's made
Mhm.
I think he made a calculated decision
Yeah.
to pull Aaron's punk card. Like, I know
And it
what's going
worked.
to happen here.
Oh, yeah. Again,
And
Gabe's
he's
great, great poker player, man.
So
Holy
1
crap.
second left. Aaron's like, fine, I'll go.
I'll do it.
I don't even know if he got it in, actually, but they gave it to him.
Yeah. And that sucked for Aaron.
Oh, I did, dude. I was like, I mean, Gabe, man, holy, what? He's ruthless,
I was
man. That
liking
dude is
Gabe
ruthless.
until that point.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I gotta respect that
He is
gameplay.
playing
He's
the
a
game.
strong
Oh, yeah.
player, but
No
I
doubt.
hate that he did it to Aaron. So
Right, exactly.
yeah.
So Copen, Taylor, Linda, and Aaron are going to camp. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you only got
So
four
you got
people.
4 left in the house.
And the
man.
people at the camp are like, they're all here.
They're all coming.
Yeah, Alex is looking. He's like, wait, who's that coming? He's like, one. He's like, oh shit, everybody. He's like, they're all coming.
And now this is interesting too, because Taylor starts
Oh,
crapping on Shay, even though they just professed
like,
their love
he
for one
didn't-
another.
he didn't even. Yeah, she's like, he didn't even try to argue with me or volunteer back, you know. And then of course,
Justin,
Justin's
I
like-
love Justin.
oh yeah, dude. He's like, dude, what the hell? He's like, this chick's sitting there crying and is irritating me because Shay has done everything for her up until this point. So this is ridiculous.
This was 15 minutes ago. They were like saying they love, I love you. Yeah.
For the first time, and they just professed
She's
their love
like,
to each
I
other.
don't know who that guy is anymore.
It was all just a scheme, you know.
Yeah, she was hurt.
Oh yeah.
She was hurt that he didn't fight for her, even though she volunteered to go.
Right, and he'd been fighting for her the whole damn time.
I mean, I kind of get it. You know, she just would have like, "Are you sure?" Like maybe even "Are you sure?" would have been nice. But he was like, "Yeah, that's a good play."
Yeah, good job, honey. Yep.
And now the insiders must eliminate an outsider. And here's where Gabe's ruthless side comes in.
Again.
I mean,
gosh, this guy, and he told Aaron.
Aaron just bit the bullet to go to camp for this guy, and he's the first name
and
this
not
guy
only did
drops.
Aaron bite the bullet, but during that conversation, Gabe's like, "Look, bro, if you go down there, I'm going to do everything I can to bring you back. Don't worry about it. I got you 100%."
And he should
I'll
have.
bring
And
you
this
back.
is where I don't like his game.
Oh yeah, exactly. No,
You gotta stand
he
by your
mentioned-
word at some point.
Well,
Damn right.
he's so good at like structuring the conversation because
Oh yeah.
you know, Lalise chimes in, well, I don't want this person to go, and then this person chimes in, I don't want this person to go, and he's like, all right, let's bring up a name who we can go because you got your safe people. So Aaron,
He's like, let's think about the strong people here, Aaron.
And I really like Aaron.
Oh,
And
yeah,
this
dude.
is very unfortunate.
Dude, Aaron's just a straightforward, just great dude, you know. And I was like, man, when Gabe did that, I was like, what an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
holy cow.
It sucks to see Aaron go like that. But.
yeah.
And then of course they try to trick you a little bit because then it's like, okay, well, Aaron or Justin, who we gonna pick? You know, and then they're discussing them both. And then of course it cuts out, and then you're like, oh well, shit, who did they pick? And then you finally you find out.
So Aaron gets eliminated, and they're like, but guess what? You can eliminate an outsider. And
This-
this is the massacre.
Oh, so
like,
right.
I was like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
you think it's like, all right, this is the last person. All right, this is the last person. It keeps going on and on
This
and on.
almost
Oh, yeah.
reminded me of like a toned down version of The Walking Dead when what's his name with the bat.
Negan
Was just taking him out.
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm like, they're just dropping like flies here.
Yep. It's like, all right, you're out. Now you pick the next person
And
to
he
go out.
eliminates Kelso, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably only because Kelso probably just hadn't been around as long as everybody else, and he had better relationships with the rest of them. So I got it. I mean, it sucked to see Kelso go because another genuine good dude.
yeah, but
right?
not many people.
So-
You're like, oh, well, okay, that sucks. So at least they got these people. Wait a minute.
Right. Yeah.
They're not done yet. So you would have probably been eliminated one way or another. Just depends what the order is.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, you don't realize it at first. You're like, oh man, I got picked. That sucks. And then when you watch it, you're like, all right, I would have been picked at some point. I'm sure.
Kelso, then they're like, who do you want to get rid of? Justin.
Yep.
Okay, well, Justin, who do you want to get rid of?
Taylor.
Yep. And that's a big one.
It was.
Well, I thought it was funny because the comment he made that she's just here for gameplay or something like that.
Weird, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I really saw her as that.
He says,
type
I'm going to get some slack for this.
Yeah.
I think he meant not going to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, or flack. I think he meant
flack.
flack.
Flack. Okay, that makes sense.
He said slack, but I think he meant flack.
Yeah.
I was trying to process that, and then like Taylor, I was like, what?
Yeah, because he was like, I'm going to catch some slack for this, and it's like,
I'm like,
"Get
slack? They're going to give you slack?
Flack for this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that makes a lot more sense.
And it does. You can see why he did. I mean, he was irritated that she was complaining about Shay.
Yeah.
So.
And Taylor gets to eliminate someone. She's like, Copen.
Yep.
Copen.
Right.
So
it's like throwing darts.
I mean, Scopen's another one of those guys. I mean, genuine, just sweetheart of a guy, but he hadn't done any gameplay really, right? Hadn't done anything, to help his own cause.
Copen eliminates Eva.
Yep.
She seems kind of cool, and she had a good attitude.
Yeah, she did. No, she
like,
definitely.
Like I forgot something happened where they're like, it tastes like what, macaroni and cheese? Like, yeah, if you use a lot of imagination.
Because evidently they found some kind of spices and stuff out in the wild. They were putting in the food or something. Yeah.
And then Eva eliminate. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that Alex is still standing there at this point.
Oh, dude.
Because, he's part of, like, that one alliance, and he's kind of stirred some stuff up, and he's telling people F you at some point in this. He doesn't like going to camp, that's for sure.
He definitely don't like going to camp.
But Eva chooses Alex. So you're like, wow, I thought he'd be, like, one of the first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and
I thought he was going to make it, honestly.
But when it's
as you're watching this massacre happen, Alex is like, ooh,
But when it's between when it's between Alex and Linda, I'm sure Alex knew he's like, all right, I'm toast here at this point because you know damn well that she wasn't going to choose Linda.
Yeah. So
then Linda, now her decision, what she got to do, I was like, oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets to choose one of the insiders.
Linda survives, the only one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sole survivor.
How do you
that's
feel?
kind of crazy.
Like, I mean, I like Linda. Like, Linda's done nothing bad to anybody. She's genuine. She's nice.
Now, is this a case of like the person in the corner that's quiet? They just don't get chosen. Is that what's going on?
This is the case of the person who's just a genuine sweetheart who's gotten screwed over by her best friend 2 or 3 times now, and everybody's seen it.
Yeah.
And she still keeps taking this chick back.
Yeah, and she doesn't stir up drama. When the drama comes her way, she just no drama.
Yeah.
No drama.
So they're like, eliminate someone from the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of.
This
is like a tough choice. I don't know who she was going to choose.
I thought she was going to choose Gabe, man. I thought, all right, well, Gabe's the newest member.
Yeah.
He's the crap he's been pulling lately. I'm like, damn. So I was like, oh, she's going to choose Gabe. And then she didn't. And I was like, oh.
She chooses Haley. Why do you think she chose Haley?
But, she said
weakest connection.
Well, Haley was like, I get it, because I didn't have a very strong connection with Linda, and then Linda kind of said the same thing, and I was like, all right, well, if Haley saw that,
But Haley's another good person.
No, she is
happy-go-lucky kind of person.
And Haley, Haley was one of the ones that could see people's shit. Like she's like, you know what, they're acting all cool.
She's never called anybody out on it. She saw it.
This is another issue. This doesn't seem like a strategy pick too much to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was the other thing. Yeah, I wondered that too because I'm like, Gabe's a strong player. You don't know how the rest of this game is going to play out.
Exactly.
And look at what he's done and where he is for being a newbie.
Oh, yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm surprised she didn't get rid of Gabe.
I was super surprised.
Yeah. So now we're down to 4 people.
Mm-hmm. And then the final
Linda, Lalise, Gabe, and Shay. What do we think about those 4? They deserve to be there?
I don't like Lalise being there. And at this point in time, after what he did to Aaron, I don't like Gabe being there. Right, but I get Gabe being there. I obviously, I'm perfectly fine with Shay being there. And I don't mind Linda being there.
Shay and Linda I'm cool with.
Yeah.
For sure. They both deserve to be there, I think. The other 2, not so much.
So when I'm seeing these 4, I'm like, okay, as long as Shay or Linda win, I guess
I'll tell you, Gabe deserves to be there for his gameplay. I mean, he was ruthless as hell, but he did it right. I mean, that dude played it right. He was an asshole. I don't like the guy. But he played that damn game very well.
What about Lalise then? She kind of did something similar, right?
Sort of. But then she kept. But I think her gameplay just wasn't as strong, right? She still had kind of some issues, and where Gabe, like nobody thought anything bad about Gabe. Everybody's like, "Yep, he's playing it strong. I'm following that guy." Where Elise had some kind of stuff where people were like, she's being kind of shady. Never once did you hear somebody say Gabe's shady. Except Cisco.
Here's the other thing. When Gabe stabbed someone in the back, he's like, "Yeah, I stabbed you in the back. It was part of the game."
Right.
Like Lilise is like, "Yeah, no, I had a plan. Don't worry about
See,
it. I stabbed you in the back, but I
think Gabe is really good at playing the short game, but I think Lilise is playing a better long game.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
She tried to recover from all her betrayals.
And I think
where he
Gabe
was like,
is better at each like individual competition. Type
Yeah,
of
that's
thing.
a good way to put it.
Yeah, it is.
So it's them four, and they're talking about what they do with the money. And everyone has like, I'm saving the world, except for Gabe does try to save.
I don't like this here.
He's telling the camera, he's like, look, they're all giving their sob stories. He's like, I got to come up with something.
Yeah. He's like, oh crap, the Corvette thing probably go work here. Should I tell him what color? No, that's probably
this cat goes with, I want to save Native American children.
I couldn't believe it.
And then Lilise is like, come on. The freak camera.
I don't know if any of these people are going to do what they say they're going to do with the money, honestly. Though.
That's true.
I would rather he just come out, I'm going to spend it on me.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'd be like, I respect that.
I just know that money helps in life. I just need it. Like, I haven't got a plan yet,
And then they bring everyone back.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a lot.
And they say, guess what? These guys are going to determine the winner.
Yep, they're all going to vote.
What, 2 hours to mingle?
And can we all, I saw that coming too, right? Like, you all saw that coming?
Oh, yeah.
That's normally how these go, right? To some extent.
And we've seen other shows that do this. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So now they're all mingling and trying to convince, I guess everybody is to...
why you should vote for me.
Why you should vote for me. And I love the whole Gabe and Cisco
Oh, dude, he's like, I got to talk to Cisco. Cisco's like, I just don't like you, bro. Like, nah, dude, you're shady. I don't like you. I got the bad vibes.
The first moment I saw you, I didn't like you.
I got the bad vibes. Cisco and his vibes, man. He's like, getting bad vibes from you. He's like, nah, man, it's bullshit.
And so Gabe's like, so we're good? He's like, well, we're not good.
We're not good.
I don't like you. And he's
like, it's not personal. He's like, well, it felt personal to me. He's like, well, we're good. He's like, we're not good, but, you can leave.
Right, if you're done with this conversation, that's fine.
I like Gabe to the camera, too. He's like, I'm going to count on the fact I'm not getting his vote. Like, shouldn't waste any more time here. It's not happening.
This is very anticlimactic how they announce the winner.
Yeah.
Like they don't even have like a drama. People come up, they say something,
they're not
choose the
pulling
winner.
cards.
They're
out
just
of the
like
box.
in an interview. I choose this person. I choose.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, what's the heck's going on here?
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Very weird.
And all that. Yeah, exactly.
Very weird.
Well, and also I was a little. I don't know if it's just what we were shown or not shown, but I was a little disappointed in Shay because he spent all the time with Taylor trying to like recover that relationship.
And that was awkward too because like she's like, hey, you did me dirty, and he's kind of like.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And you need to like apologize, and I don't think I think he wanted to be like, I have a point of view, but in this moment, I'm just gonna like say what I need to say.
Exactly. No,
that's
I agree.
the sense I was getting from that.
Yeah, the look on his face, he wasn't agreeing with it.
He's like, huh?
That's like the only conversation I feel like I saw him have. Like,
I showed him talking with other people and mingling and
I
stuff.
don't know how well he sold himself to other people. He was too busy trying to recover that one.
Yeah, but.
And then they announced the winner, and it's Linda.
Yeah, they're like, all right, it's between Shay and Linda, and went 6-4, Linda.
Yeah, and I
would
like
have voted for Shay because
Yeah.
if I'm thinking like, what did Shay do? A lot. He was fishing, sacrificed himself, did the hiking thing, didn't take the food,
sacrificed himself again for Haley.
Exactly. And I'm like, what did Linda do here?
She got screwed over a couple times, and she was really nice.
She got screwed over and then forgave the person. Got screwed over, forgave the person.
Again, exactly.
Got
she
screwed
was nice
over.
to
Let me
everybody.
give you $100,000.
I can't.
Dude, I couldn't believe she did that.
So
man.
that's
I was
kind of
like,
the big twist-ish. They say, hey, you can be selfish and actually take the money. And guess what? We'll up it to $250K if you do this.
Yeah.
Or you can split it with someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, before you done, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even let her fish. I take it.
Cisco was like, Linda,
Take it and run. I'd be like, don't even finish. I'm taking it.
Yeah, exactly.
But she doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
No,
she splits it with freaking homegirl. And I was like, dude, I was like, this chick screwed you over so many times. And, she's like, and then her reasoning was like, look, I'm going to be using this money to help young women. Why not start with the one that's here with me? I get it, but choose a different one.
One, you're throwing away.
not that one.
One, you're throwing away $50,000 right off the bat.
Exactly.
Two, After taxes, we already discussed you're getting 60,000,
Yeah.
and they said she's going to change so many lives. She's not even going to change her own life probably that much with this
No.
money.
Right, exactly.
That's like a year and a half of college
Yep,
to
exactly.
someone.
I'd have taken the 250 and I'll take you out to dinner.
See,
Maybe we'll go on a girls'
That's
trip
right.
getaway. I
Yeah,
don't know,
maybe
like,
I'll take you with the vacation. We'll have some fun, and that's that.
yeah, exactly.
send me your dad's hospital bill.
Or yeah, or even that. You know what?
Why would she do that?
I'll pay for one.
She
Exactly.
jeopardized her winning the money. Like,
Oh yeah.
it was, I mean, she barely survived that massacre. That was just luck.
Yeah.
Total luck, no doubt.
And she put her in that position.
She
So
did.
why would you give her the money?
Nope.
Because she's nice.
And I hate this woman.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't like her.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
She's
But I knew she was going to do it as soon as they gave her
Yeah,
option. I'm
I
like,
did
she's going to be
too.
stupid and she's going to split it.
Now,
with
she
Elise.
did say, like, fierce loyalty, and she stayed true to that. To the
That
end.
is true. No
she
doubt about it.
is.
So she said that early on, and she
It
stood
just
by it.
sucks to
Yeah.
be someone who's so kind-hearted and so fiercely loyal to someone who does not reciprocate it. Like
exactly.
and to see it
people were
and
saying
witness
that.
it, it's just so it's hard to watch.
And people, they remember they even mentioned that they had that conversation about that. Like, what is, it's like Linda's keep giving and giving to Elise, and what does Elise done? She's, she screwed her over every single time, right? So
yeah.
Now, I will say
Like,
she's
man.
not as bad as Tabitha, but she's probably the second worst
Oh, yeah, no
person
doubt.
Yeah.
in my mind here.
No, absolutely.
And I actually, for a hot second, I knew she was going to split it. I knew she was going to split it.
Mhm.
But for a hot second, I thought maybe she would have split it with Shay. Like,
Right, see, I
he
was
got
like,
the
yeah,
second most
exactly.
votes.
Now, I never thought
Yeah.
that.
No.
Or, I was
That would have been great,
or-
but I never
Yeah.
thought that.
right. Or if she'd have done it like Cisco or Alex, that would have been cool.
Yeah, I'd rather those two get it,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well,
but that's not who
I
she
would
gave
have
it to.
rather she kept the money for herself.
And yeah, I mean, what would have been the happy ending would probably Shay, and he split it with Taylor, but
Mhm.
they how it went down.
Yeah, well, they didn't make it.
Are they
anyway.
still together though, Billy?
They're not evidently, but
They're
not.
now Taylor's something like a big time influencer, I guess. Now she's been on Sports Illustrated. She's a model. And I was like,
She's been
damn.
on the
So,
cover of
What's
Sports
Shay been
Illustrated.
doing?
so he's like some kind of he does something in like the airline stuff or something. Man. I don't remember
He's
what's
a
it.
private jet like broker or
Yes,
something
yeah,
like
private
that.
jet broker, something like I said, but he's making bank too. So evidently it paid out for him in the end. Anyway,
They do
so,
it all right.
Right.
So, what do you think of the show? Final thoughts.
Dude, it was good. I like the show a lot. I think there needs to be I think they need some more challenges next time.
Definitely more than swim across the pond.
Harder
or, like,
challenges too, for sure.
So-
Definitely harder challenges. But I do love just the twists and turns in this game and the way they just picked. All right, this
like
out,
the box
The
game.
box game.
I like
box
I
game
like
was
choosing
so
someone to
fun.
get eliminated, and they
I-
turn around right back
Yep.
and can do it
and,
too.
and I love that it's all out in the open, until the end, it was a vote. But prior to that, man, it's just out in the open. Like, hey, no, you got to tell everybody what you're thinking, who you getting rid of. I was like, damn, I love
I
it.
think with some tweaks, this could be a really good show.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
man.
so I do wonder though, the next season, how will this play out? Because like now that
That's the bad part.
Right.
Like you can't. The box game's not going to be quite a surprise,
gotta
and
come out
like
somehow.
people getting eliminated, you know how that goes at this point. So I don't even know if you can do it again.
yeah,
They
that's-
could. They just got to come up with different ways of doing stuff, right?
But
So-
they're also going to be a little bit more careful in their relationships, knowing that they can turn around 5 seconds after they do something bad to someone
hope.
and have it done to
You
them. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe the next season, because maybe they've already filmed the next season before this one airs, because they love to do that.
yeah, maybe.
But so you maybe get 2 or 3 good seasons.
I don't know
before
this
people
for
start
being
watching
the
it.
original one. They probably want to see how this does before they commit to anything else. But
Yeah, I think so as well. But overall, it was good, man. Yeah, overall, it's definitely a good show, and I hope they make a second season, and I hope it makes tweets to it. But yeah, man, it hooks you, man. It hooks you. After that
It
first,
does hook
it
you.
hooks you in. You're like, damn, I just want to keep watching.
I would like some temptations. Like maybe they're in camp for a while, and
Yeah,
like
that
if
would be
someone
nice.
eats the food or something happens.
Right.
Like try and entice them with food. Like you're gone.
Next season,
You
man.
did
There
this.
you go.
You ate the cake, man.
That's right.
Well, my only disappointment, or my biggest disappointment, was probably by episode 2 or 3. I knew I did not want Lily's or Tabitha to win,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
Elise
for
made
sure.
it to the end.
Yeah. Well, she made it interesting. Tabitha
Oh,
and her
she
did
did.
make it interesting.
Oh, they did. No doubt about
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
I mean, they caused the drama for sure, man.
You want them there for the drama, but you don't want them to win.
Yeah, you love the drama, but you don't want them to win. Yeah.
It's like Gabe brought some too. Man, he didn't need to win. It's
Right,
fine.
exactly. Oh no, I mean, at first I was like, hell yeah, Gabe, but then when he pulled that crap in there, and I was like, screw that guy. I was like, I get it, I get the gameplay, but I was like,
that
nah,
was a
man.
pretty good attempt, especially for someone coming in
And
late
last.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
So,
the last dude to come in, man.
that's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah,
That's a
and-
tough situation to
To
be.
be the last guy
They
to come
chose the
in
right guy.
and to make it into the final four. That's
They
Yeah.
chose the right guy because Kelso just got in there and he didn't do anything. Did he even make it to the house? I don't even think he
I
did.
don't. I think he was.
Yeah.
No, I
No,
think
I
he
think
was
he
just
was
like
like with his shirt off in camp
2
all the time.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think he ever made it back to the house.
No.
That poor guy, man. Damn.
So there it is.
Yeah, well, Surviving Paradise Down. Definitely hoping to make a season 2 and spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, please let us know what you thought about this show. You want another season? I mean, like I said, we definitely do. Hit that like, subscribe, and we will check you guys in our next review.
See ya.
See ya.